basically how the brands go with Luxro is they are conceived, created, do pretty well by themselves, then purchase. Conceived, created, do pretty well, purchase again. Basically, that's the whole rhythm of this. It's just they are created, they do pretty well, Luxco goes, ooh, I like you a lot, and then they buy it up, and then basically take the brand over. Welcome back to Everyday Whiskey, everybody. I'm Dan.
And I'm Mike. And on this week, we are doing a Luxro review. It's a brand we've overlooked, surprisingly.
Overlooked, but definitely enjoyed over the years.
Yes.
Yes. I think our first introduction to Luxro, or Luxro, which is a distillery, Luxco is the company.
Yes.
Probably was a Rebel brand.
Mm-hmm.
This says Rebel Yell. Everything has been repackaged to just say Rebel on it, obviously because of the negative connotation of Rebel Yell.
I'm not gonna get into it.
We're not gonna get into it in this episode, but
we're not gonna get political.
I'm just saying for facts.
Yeah,
that's what happened. But basically, if you're familiar with MGP, Luxro is a counterpart to MGP.
Yep.
It's the same thing. They're a multi-conglomerate distilling house. They make whiskey for other brands.
Yes,
such as Old Ezra, David Nicholson, Rebel Yell, and Blood Oath.
With very interesting ties to a well-received family in the bourbon industry.
Which one of these brands is the most tied to it.
Yes.
Two of them are, technically.
Yes.
But basically how the brands go with Luxro is they are conceived, created, do pretty well by themselves, then purchase. Conceived, created, do pretty well, purchase again. Basically, that's the whole rhythm of this. It's just they are created, they do pretty well, Luxco goes, ooh, I like you a lot, and then they buy it up. And then basically take the brand over. That's essentially what it is.
It's that simple.
Yeah, that's simple. In a good way. That sounds kind of negative, but that's what they do. Basically, Rebel Yell was conceived in, I think, 1849, was made at the Stitzelweller distillery.
Stitzelweller.
And then 1936, it became an official brand in Kentucky, and then in 1999, it was purchased by Luxco.
Yep.
So, saying that, Mike, let's get into this thing.
All right, but before we get started, please, we'd like you guys to do 4 things for us. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel. It'll only help us
Pretty
out.
please.
Yes. Very please. Very pretty please.
Pretty please. Pretty.
But yeah, let's get into it.
All right.
Let's start with the Rebel Yell. Or Rebel.
It doesn't matter. This is all right. So just
this
so you know,
is an old bottle. So
this is an older bottle. So this is the Rebel 100 proof, which is their newest product.
Don't behead us for having this on here, because
it's fine.
Yeah,
it'll be fine. Awesome. And then I think we learned something really, really cool about Rebel. Well, for the sake of this tidbit, Rebel Yell.
Yes.
And what was that?
It was actually inspired, or wasn't? No, the bourbon inspired Billy Idol to create a very well-known song called Rebel Yell.
In the midnight hour. I can't sing the rest of it.
She cried more.
More bourbon.
Yes.
All right, let's get into this. So this is a really, really cheap 100 proof bourbon. It comes in at like $20 a bottle.
Yeah, it's not very. Yeah, I actually forgot how inexpensive it was.
Really good nose on it.
It is.
It's not light.
Malty, corn. Very, very I'd say it's very traditional notes.
Traditional bourbon nose.
Oh, I've never had this.
100%.
Wow.
It's okay.
It's really sweet.
It's really sweet. This is a cocktail bourbon.
Really sweet.
To me, this is a cocktail bourbon.
This would make a good old-fashioned.
Mm-hmm. This is like the perfect old-fashioned bourbon.
Yeah, there's a lot of sweetness in there. All right. I would honestly... I'd say maybe if you're new to bourbon, this wouldn't be a terrible place to start because of the sweetness.
It gives you a good idea what bourbon should taste like. Like personally, for me, this is like a 4 out of 10.
Yeah, because this is just what it's too sweet for my palate. It's very, very.
And then it's got a pretty good kick on the back end, but
it does have a little kick.
The flavors. It's a cheap bourbon, so like if I'm gonna dissect this, I'm not gonna dissect it like I would dissect a $100 bottle. It's just for $18, $20, it's fine. It does a job.
It gets the job done. You know, perfect for cocktails. Perfect to.
The back end gets very vegetative. Like
it does.
Very vegetative.
And it's got some big heat to it. What's the proof on this bad boy? Oh, it's 100 proof. All
so getting into Luxro / Luxco, they have basically I think there's 5 brands underneath the umbrella. Mm-hmm. One is brand new in 2020. What a year to come out with a freaking brand new brand.
Fuck.
So you're gonna have your Rebel brand, David Nicholson, Ezra Brooks, Blood Oath, Davies County,
Okay.
which is they make really good cast finish stuff. And then you're gonna have, which is brand new to the market, I think as of last year, the year before, Lux Row products. Like they're actually making Lux Row.
Yes.
Like they're distilling themselves. They have a brand new 43,000 square foot warehouse with a 43-foot custom column still, and they have, I think, they're going to projecting to be making 3 million gallons of spirit every year with a storage of 50,000 barrels in 6 warehouses. So this is not a small production.
Is there a projection as to when it'll come to market?
I think it's already out to market. It's on their website.
Oh, okay.
I think it's select
not
markets.
distribution yet.
Yeah, I
They're
haven't
not
seen
like
it.
full distribution.
I haven't seen any yet, but like to put this in perspective, like that's pretty close to like I think Buffalo Trace has 9 warehouses, and they're
Yeah.
the oldest, longest distilling distillery in the country.
Wow. That was not a good sip.
Oh, well, like, don't do too much maintenance. Park that over.
It's
Ha. It's
yeah, I'm with you. 4 out of 10 on this one.
I'm gonna say there's something left to be desired
Yeah,
in the back end there. But like I said, if you told me that this was $20, which I paid that for this, I would totally buy it.
Yeah,
Totally
it makes
buy it.
sense for $20. It definitely doesn't drink any more inexpensive than that,
Yeah.
but it definitely doesn't. I mean, we've had bottles where they're very inexpensive, but they
Yeah.
drink like high end. This kind of just hits its mark and stays there.
I wish I could tell you which episode we used this in. So this is the David
Oh,
Nicholson, 1843. We've already had this on episode, already explained the history on it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, Mike, do you want to like recap it real quick?
I'll have to look through the things.
Like I said, we'll recap the history like real fast, like on what this is. I do like this bottle. This bottle is
I
great.
do too.
It's a super like
That's a really
satisfying
cool
bottle. So yeah, so obviously, David Nicholson, 1843. There is a black label as well, but this is the more renowned one. In 1843, this was again to be made in the back of a grocery store.
Just like Bill Mead started.
1890.
/ Nelson Greenbrier.
Exactly, and then then you have like your descendants find a sign, and then they restart your whole distillery again.
Yep.
Freaking great story. 1893. All right, here. This is the bottle we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
This was a Van Winkle product.
Yes, that is fact. You can research it yourself if you don't believe us.
So basically, it was a Van Winkle family product in 1893 to 1993. Great year for us because we were born. That's really that's the cool part about this is it was made by the Van Winkle family
Yeah.
before obviously the distillery went defunct in the 80s.
Yeah.
And
Unfortunately.
then brand was revived by Luxco in the early 90s.
Hence how they acquire brands and rebuild them.
Pretty much. Find a dead brand, rebuild it, sell it.
Now this is a lot more oaky characters on the nose. But I still get that subtle.
This is so much sweeter though. It's got that eucalyptus note, like that earthy note, but it's much sweeter and it's way more balanced.
So yeah, I agree. I like the sweetness on this, but I like it because it's well balanced and it doesn't have a very strong Kentucky hug, if you will, to it. And I think that's a result of it being a lower proof.
I don't mind a
Oh
Kentucky.
no, it's also under proof.
It's under proof too. I don't mind a Kentucky hug. It just if it's a misplaced Kentucky hug,
Like this one.
that's a very that's not a Kentucky hug. That's a fucking Kentucky drop kick.
Yeah, it just comes like you get sweet, and then next it just hits you like just.
Night, night,
Yeah,
night, night.
this
sleep,
one is
sleep.
this one's blended and distilled a lot better. You could tell there was more care put into a bottle like this, and all around it just everything melds together and comes together in a more well-rounded way.
It's
I appreciate
very
it a
earthy.
lot more.
It's very earthy.
It is.
It's very grain forward.
It's actually really good though.
I do enjoy this. This is like $25 a bottle,
Yeah,
and it's one. I think it's one of the better packages.
it is. I love this bottle. I think just 'cause it's a unique bottle. It's something different.
There's no other bottle that looks like that.
There's really no. We don't. I always like the Jack Single Barrels.
Jack Single Barrel is great. Like
No, it's just a unique bottle.
my favorite bottle is the Willet Pot Still. I think it's kind of hard to compete with that. Like that,
Yeah.
that's just a cool bottle.
Mm.
But yeah, like I said, we're just kind of going over some brief history as
that
far as this
sweetness
goes.
is good. It's like a
Um,
sweet corn sweetness,
Yeah, definitely.
not a sugary sweetness. It does taste like sweet corn, Jersey corn.
Yeah, I would say Jersey corn is an awesome way to
It
put
does
it.
taste like if you've ever had Jersey.
If you
corn.
somehow like rub Jersey corn around in the dirt a little bit
yeah,
and then took a bite, in the best way possible. That's what it tastes like.
Yeah, it's got that distinct sweet corn, not
Yeah.
a distinct sweet like brown sugar or sweet sugary note. It's different kind of sweetness, but I liked it a lot.
All right, what do you rate this?
I'd give this one at least like a 6.5, 7.
I was gonna
maybe,
go.
maybe 7.
If we're gonna use like Dave Portnoy like pizza review like decimals and shit, like the first one was like a 4.8 out of 10,
Yeah.
I'd say. This one's like a 6.4. I don't think it's quite
I don't know.
over the crest.
I kind of need to try the other.
It's still very simple. There's really not a lot of crazy flavors going on besides this
No,
eucalyptus earthy thing going on, but solid product
I
nonetheless.
like it. I really do, which is weird because I usually like my stuff oakier. I like the more bold notes.
It's the
not the
sweetness is
real
just nice.
sweetness.
It's a refreshing sweetness that like kind of keeps you going back for it.
Yeah,
To be
that's
kinda honest
what.
with
That's
you.
why I'm kind of going up to like a 7. Like it's really not bad at all for $25. That's a great deal.
Oh, I don't know how we didn't touch on this. So Luxro/Luxco is located in Bardstown, Kentucky, bourbon capital of the world.
Yep.
And their master distiller is John Remp. He has developed the Blood Oath and the Rebel brands, specifically the Rebel single barrel program, which is
Yeah.
hands down Rebel 10 year that's been released this year is one of the best bourbons, in my opinion, ever.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. I don't own the bottle. Had samples.
Yeah.
I don't buy everything. Well, close to everything. But yeah, it's just a phenomenal bottle, and it isn't gonna ruffle some feathers. It gives Blanton's more than a run for its money.
Yes.
More than a run for its
100%.
money. I think it might actually kind of leg it out right at the end of the race.
I'm really not all. I don't know. I'm just not big on Buffalo Trace products. I never
yeah,
fell in
and I'm
that
never
way.
gonna knock Buffalo Trace's quality.
No,
I will
They
say
got phenomenal quality.
the quality's there. It's amazing
not
products.
bad.
It's just I can't go into it because of what I do. I'm not gonna say anything negative, but
However, I like the Eagle Rare 10. That'll always be.
yeah,
a special
Eagle Rare
bottle.
10 will always be, I think, one of
Yeah.
our. All right, Mike, you want to do the honors here?
Yeah.
This one, and this is one of the best packages they do.
Yeah, I love the old Ezra package. This thing is cool.
This is what I call the best cigar whiskey ever created.
It is.
Like when you have a nice mild cigar and you're drinking this, it freaking blooms. Like the flavors that come out of this whiskey are just intense and they're balanced and they're oh my god, they're so good.
Yeah, this is a very good bottle.
And this is like if you could think of like if you could say what bourbon's supposed to smell like, this is what bourbon's supposed to smell like. I'm not saying it's the best nose on a bourbon, but this is the most classic nose I can think of.
Yeah, this smells a lot like. I gotta get it out of the bottle. It's actually really not that strong of a nose.
I'm gonna drop a little water into it just to see if I can open it up a little bit.
Yeah.
All right,
It's
listen.
a pretty light nose for having.
If I'm
It's a distinct nose, but it's light. It's really not overpowered.
If I'm having a whiskey for the first time, I don't drop water into it. But I've had this. Obviously, more than half the bottle's gone.
Yeah.
I know what this tastes like. I'm dropping water into it. I kind of want to bring out a little bit of the.
I'm gonna do a halvesies. I'm gonna go straight up because I haven't had it in a long time, so I need to.
This is big. This is big caramel at me, and I get some burnt cola.
Does it change the nose with the water in there?
Yeah, heavily.
Oh yeah, it does.
I get big caramel.
I get the cola.
I get cola. And then, like I said, and it's a barrel strength
Wow.
7 year, so
Yeah.
there is a really good wood tone to this.
Like oak, leather, just bird, like a tradition, like classic
Leather is
bourbon.
big. Leather is big on this palette.
Yeah,
And actually,
classic bourbon notes.
shout out to my buddy Tony.
Mm-hmm.
If you see him on the live, his name's Fuko Man.
Yeah.
But yeah, he actually got me this bottle.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, this is from Tony. This is the best. And the whole cigar recommendation came from Tony.
Yeah.
So if anybody goes out and buys an old Ezra 7 year,
Mhm.
they're about $60 to $70 a bottle. 60 at MSRP, 70
Yeah.
at the high end. If you like cigars, you need to smoke a cigar when you drink this.
Yeah, this is a good. This is just a classic bourbon. An overall straightforward bourbon. You got the leather notes, you got the oak notes. Nothing really smoky going on in there. A little bit of char.
The char is big. I really do get that. Like, it's not like the Woodford burnt cola note
No.
that everybody gets,
No.
but there is like that sweet, sugary
Yeah.
note that I get from from cola.
I'd have to say, if you're just looking for a classic bourbon,
This is classic bourbon, and
this
that's
is the way to go.
that's at barrel strength though.
I know we've been ranting and raving about Texas bourbons and whiskeys for the past few weeks, but like,
Right, justifiably.
yes,
they've been ranting
definitely
about it.
justifiably. They are giving Bardstown a run for their
But
money.
there's something about a classic.
This just hits all. This just checks all the boxes of what
Yeah.
you envision a bourbon tasting like when someone
love it,
says the
dude.
word bourbon.
I could smell this bourbon all day
I'm gonna
long.
try it. All right, I'm gonna try some with a
I
little
can
bit of
smell this
water
right
now.
now. I love this.
Shit.
It's 100 and I believe it's 116 proof.
Oh, yeah.
100. So this is 117 proof. This is a really good jump into like barrel strength bourbons for people because it's not overly hot.
No,
Like
not
it's
at all.
not like
It's
Rebel
easy to
Yell
tolerate.
100 is
It's
hotter.
A lot hotter.
Is a lot hotter than this old Ezra 7, and that is just number one. That's barrel time and development.
Well, let's look at Foolproof as an example. Shit's
Yeah.
smooth as hell.
Yeah, that's like candy. It's like
Yeah.
it's like baking candy, man.
It's super smooth. And then what was the other one? The candy bourbon. That we had?
I thought we were gonna go with the Angels Honey Rye. Like that was
Oh, that
was
one
amazing.
too.
Candy bourbon.
No, what was the one that we literally? Oh, it was the
Bal Maria? Yeah,
Bal
you're a
Maria.
Bal Maria. Yeah.
But yeah, if we're talking high proof, like you can have a high proof bourbon and have it be really smooth. Don't ever get discouraged. It's just about
Ooh.
the blending.
I got some maple syrup too, man. Go back in with the water. I got some maple syrup on the second time around.
Mm-hmm.
I really got I got some maple syrup, some leather, some nice little
Yeah.
cola notes.
Little maple.
I've never actually like dissected this bourbon, and obviously never done.
You
it
know
on
what's
camera.
kind of funny? The cola notes come out at the same time. A little bit of the burn comes out, so it almost tastes effervescent, like cola, like Coca-Cola.
Our buddy Foley would love this because it tastes like flat Coke.
Yeah,
It's got like this flat Coke-ness to it.
but like that's good.
I hate when my Coke gets
It's
flat.
so good. Yeah, this is just This is like not to, be gender discriminatory, but this is like a man's bourbon. Like this is
No,
a bourbon.
like this bourbon is like chopping his like own wood in his backyard.
Yeah, this is like-
he's like smoking a whole chicken while he's doing it. Like it's a legit bourbon.
yeah. If Ron Swanson wasn't drinking scotch, he'd be drinking this. Like.
Speaking of that, we have the scotch
We do
back
have
here.
Ron Sc- But like this is like a man's bourbon.
All right. So we're gonna end our little tirade on old Ezra. Ezra Brooks is a great brand. They have Ezra Brooks 99.
I'll take that.
They have their small batch. They have the rye. They have their white blend. Awesome products. Like Ezra Brooks makes great products.
Fuck.
Ezra Brooks, just to kind of cap it off, was actually established in 1957 by John Silverman. Purchased in 1999 along with Rebel Yell by Luxco. Once again, like I said, developed in 1957,
Yep.
existed, bought by Luxco. We're gonna go back to that. That's what Luxco / Luxro does.
Yep.
They buy and develop brands, and now they are officially, as of 2017, distilling on property and making their own
That's so
spirit.
cool that they're doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
Does MGP do that? I don't think MGP. does
MGP,
that. They just make bourbons
there
for people,
is
or for not people, for companies.
there's whispers of things happening.
Yeah.
MGP is at the point where their rye should just be its own category.
Should. It really should. It's phenomenal.
I've never had rye that tastes like pickles more than MGP.
It's phenomenal rye. Although, once again, that Balcones, man,
Yeah.
that chocolate-covered jalapeno flavor,
Ah,
I loved it.
Sore
You're
subject
on
for
the
me.
fence. I love it. I think it's phenomenal.
last but definitely not least here, this was I would love to think that this is John Remp. John Remp is the master distiller at Luxro.
Mm-hmm.
This is like his brainchild. This is released in 2015. The Blood Oath series has 7 packs. It's called Pack 1 through 7. The
Yeah.
latest one is a blend of 3 bourbon ryes, which Bobby has. Which I'm trying to get Bobby to come on the show so we can have it.
That would be cool.
This is one of my favorite bourbons on the show. I don't drink it a lot just because you can't get this.
Yeah.
Again, it's
Blood Oaths are they're once a year.
once a year. Every
Once a year
usually
and
it's
one
June.
batch.
Um,
It's always different every time.
All right, so this is going to be your Blood Oath Pack 6, which we've had on another episode. It's our ill-fated couch potatoes segment,
Yeah, that
which was a
didn't
cool concept, just shitty
take execution.
execution on our part,
Yeah,
wholeheartedly.
I got to reproduce that somehow.
There really isn't much backstory on any of this. I will tell you that this. Sorry, I'll put this up here. This is a blend of every Blood Oath is a blend of 3 whiskeys.
Yep.
It's and then it can be, and they're basically all high-end whiskey from all across the country. They don't designate where. They just tell you the years and what the mix is. So this one is. I'm going to look at my notes because I think I can get this offhand. It's a 14-year bourbon. It's an 8-year high rye bourbon, and then a 7-year rye bourbon. Am I right?
14, 8, and 7. Yep.
Yeah. So it's a blend of all three of these. On top of that, it's finished in cognac cask, which cognac imparts citrus, orange, and a very, very big fig note.
Yes. Yeah.
The new one is finished in Sauterne cask, which we know Mike has issues with Sauterne.
Don't like that one.
This is the best cork ever.
I love it. This looks traditional.
This is the best cork ever, and
it's squeaky.
it's squeaky.
But I just love the style of it. It looks like an old school, like, it's just an old school.
Yeah,
cork.
the sound is not there. The acoustics on this cork are
It's
not
awesome.
there, but the aesthetics are like second to none.
Oh, yeah.
So we're just gonna.
Oh, so what? Hold on, we got to double. What do you think you'd rate the Old Ezra?
Oh yeah, we didn't do that. Old Ezra.
I'm gonna go straight up 8 out of 10. Just an even 8 out of 10. It's great.
My dig is it's way better with cigar than without it.
Yeah.
I did really just enjoy that because I've never actually really kind of dissected it and kind of gone through it. I'm actually gonna go with a 7.7 out of 10.
That's a good one.
I'm going 7 because at that proofage we're going against like Weller Foolproof, and Weller Foolproof is a 9.9 out of 10 to me.
Did you notice how easy this pours?
Oh, it's the best. It's literally.
I'm not gonna fill anymore because I had to drop, but like this pours really nice too. Everything about this one is just cool.
Now this is a very, very, very
Put her up front. Leave it
cognac
back.
forward nose. I know it's cognac finish, but usually cask finishing it gives you nuances of the barrel. This is wholeheartedly
Oh,
cognac.
yeah.
You get some like very, very like deep grape notes,
As you should, since it's cognac.
and then I'm gonna say you get a little bit of orange. I'm getting a little bit of orange oil,
Orange peel.
like orange peel,
Yeah.
orange oil.
Yeah, it's not like the fruit of the orange, more like the orange rind.
And like I said, there's not much on Blood Oath, so we're just gonna kind of go into this. Like the only thing I would say, Blood Oath, it was established in 2015. That was the first year it was released. And actually, our buddy Jeff Goy, this is his like holy grail
This is
bottle
good.
every year. This is our buddy Jeff. This is the bottle every year that he's just like he will literally like. I've said this before. He's gonna skin a 9-year-old to get it.
Not legitimate.
Not legit. No,
literal.
not literally. That's illegal in 48 out of 50 states.
Yes, Alaska and Hawaii.
I was gonna go with Alaska and Montana because who the hell knows? Like Montana's the least
Yeah, I don't know
least
what-
densely populated state ever. Who knows what happens up there?
That's true.
In Montana, you can have an armory to yourself and it's legal.
I only say Hawaii just because we don't know what goes on in the with the natives out there. Man, they're crazy.
Yeah, like Samoa and stuff like that. Yeah.
But Alaska definitely. No one knows anything about Alaska.
It's so- this is
if
so
you ask
good.
me, Alaska's just Canada.
I believe this is 96 proof
96.
I think it's 96
I
proof.
cannot confirm.
or deny these allocations. Allegations, not allocations. What does it say on here? Oh, it is 98.6 proof.
Okay.
So
I will. Okay.
the lowest proof thing we're having all day.
It's the lowest proof, but I'd say it's the second hottest one we have. On
It's
the table.
got this late
It's
kick.
peppery and it's got a kick.
I think that's the rye. That's the two high rye bourbons.
Yeah.
That's the 8 and the 7. I think the spice. That was my only dig on this bottle. I do really like this.
Mhm.
It's just that rye spice kind of cuts into that really sweet
A lot.
cognac, and I
A
think
lot.
if they had just done a straight up like 8 and 7 year bourbon, I think it would have rounded
Yeah.
that out a little bit.
Yeah, so again, this just goes to show how like this 100 proof drinks really hot. This 100 proof drinks
Really
really
easy.
smooth.
This
and
is the easiest
96
drinking out of all of them.
Yeah, and this 98, the lowest of all, is like
Ooh.
almost the hottest. of
Go
all.
back and tell me you don't get pepper.
Oh, I get a lot of pepper.
I
That's
get,
what
I,
I
get,
mentioned.
I,
when
get, I get pepper. I get the orange, and I get that really big.
I
grape
mentioned that like with the burn, like there's a lot of pepper. No, it's straight black pepper though. It's not like
It's
like,
coriander. I would go coriander almost like fresh.
Coriander's a little more like on the spicier side. Not like not spice, but like
Like if you're looking for a classic bourbon, this
like
is
clove. Coriander's a little more.
yeah.
like
Okay, clove.
like,
Yeah. So if you're looking for a classic bourbon, this isn't it. Like this is not a classic
This is
bourbon.
classic.
Like the most ideal bourbon is your Old Ezra 7 here.
I get straight like just ground like if you take like fresh black pepper pellets and grind them. Yeah,
I think that's what you're saying. Yeah.
like I get straight up black pepper on this because it's a very dry pepper. It's not it's not heavy at all, like red pepper or jalapeno or
Right.
habanero.
But on this note, I think we've had enough of this to rate it. I am going
This is a, I don't know.
6.9. I think I'm going 6.9 on this one.
I'd do like a 6.5 for me. It's good, but like this is one I need to be in the mood for.
The best thing we had all night was
I
the
need
old
to be-
Ezra 7,
Yeah. Oh, that just sounds so good.
and I think we both knew we liked that one. This bottle is very niche-y.
Drink it again, man. It's straight up just black pepper now. That's all I can taste. It's like black pepper and garlic.
I hate you because it's like you put that in my head and that's all I taste.
Yeah, it's a very heavy black pepper note, which makes sense because of the rye blends.
The house is fucking haunted,
Yep,
man.
there
Like,
you
the
go.
house
House
is
is
fucking haunted. Like you're telling me there's ghosts in there, and I'm gonna see a door slam, or I'm gonna see a telephone cord being dragged across the middle of the hallway, and some little girl going red rum, red
And then
rum.
the reason I say garlic is you ever have garlic that's like, I don't know, now I'm not an expert on garlic, so I don't know if it means if it's overripe or underripe, but like that garlic where it's spicy.
I guess it's just the right amount of garlic. I don't know, depending on who you are.
No, but like have you ever had a clove where it's just more spice than it is garlic flavor?
I
Like, it's
guess
just
I don't know.
hot.
We buy.
Yeah.
We used to buy like cloves of garlic here, and then we just use the minced garlic now.
Oh, yeah. I've had garlic where it's just like spicy, and that and
Yeah,
black pepper, like that's what I get out of that.
So instead of we're not going to go into a culinary conversation here. We're going to end this video. So this is our Lux Row / Luxco video. Love this company.
Fantastic products
And
all around.
According to all the reviews I've read online, I would love to go there. It is one of the best tours you'll ever do in Kentucky.
I just want to go to Kentucky.
Yeah, I want to go back. So, as Mike said in the first third of the video, I'm burping on freaking pepper right now.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Crack.
Four things we want you to do. If you have made it this far in the video, we absolutely love you. So you're going to want to share this video with all your friends, loved ones, dogs, pets, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If they can use a phone, freaking share it. We want you to comment on the video, any negative or any positive. Tell me I'm short. I don't really care. Want you to subscribe. Please subscribe.
Yes.
Once you subscribe, you're going to see a little notification bell pop up in the
Hit that
top
bell.
right corner. Hit that bell. You'll know exactly what we're doing to the minute.
Yep.
Every Friday, 9 o'clock, we drop a new episode.
This is hitting you hard. This blood.
It's coming in so hot, man. Fuck me. And please, just the simplest thing you could do, if you have a YouTube account. If you don't have a YouTube account, you can't do this. If you don't have a YouTube account, make one.
Yeah.
Fake an email, fake a password, whatever you got to do. Lean on the keyboard. Just like the video.
Yes. Please.
That's it. Just freaking lean on the keyboard. Just ones, I don't care. Just make a freaking username and add an @google.com, whatever at the end of it. So, thanks Luxro for making all these products. We love it. Can't wait to try the actual Luxro distilling products.
Yes. I'm hyped for that.
I need to go slam my head into a tabletop. Peace.